Yo, it's your boy Dean.
Tim.
Ran.
In another episode of the Dean's Office. Again, I want to thank everybody for locking in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, support, share everything. You know, the more support y'all give us, the more it get out there to everyone else. Today's a illustrious day, great day. It's the start of the real, because it started Thursday, but today is officially football. Where, as you can see, we had a good day because the Dolphins won.
Go Dolphins.
Dolphins, number one.
So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like too much what I saw, but I'm happy we won because it looked like we're going to be in the same purgatory as
You know why I think you don't like what you saw? Because you probably in mind saying that the Patriots sorry, and I don't think they're sorry because they spend a lot of money on their roster.
No.
Just because you spend a lot of money on your roster doesn't mean that you
No, but I'm saying, think about their D-line. Their D-line is one of the highest rated D-line. Their defense last year was great.
No, I'm not saying that because of that. I'm saying that because the certain throws and decisions that Tua made.
Then say Tua sorry. Don't say the Dolphins. Those are two separate entities.
I got you. Yeah, Tua didn't impress me, and then all this McDaniel was gonna change him around. Yeah, it didn't impress me. So, but I'm happy we won. And we go from there.
Yeah, hey, I got a lot of Patriot friends that be watching this, so I'll just I'm gonna be calling y'all throughout this week just to get y'all take on the game.
No, we just want to make sure y'all okay, right? Because, we have some people who always say, hey, the Dolphins going to lose today. I'm like, listen, I don't think so. Yeah. So just want to check on you, make sure you didn't run in the middle of the street, you didn't drink anything or nothing like that. Just let you know the Dolphins on it.
Yeah, we on the way. Super Bowl, like every year.
Every I hope is always the Super Bowl.
If we bench to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl. All right, so we got a good one today, man. Every podcast we have a good one, but this one here, my guy being a social media sensation, we kind of want to talk about that and just,
faith.
Faith is a great, yeah.
All right, so
let's on a shirt. Faith, family, football.
I got that too. Yeah. All right, so lock in. Let's go. Yo.
World, you're needed in the Dean's office.
So as I said, this episode we kind of we was all watching. I'm pretty sure because my guy just landed in Miami. So it was a big brawl on social media around the people I know, on your page because, your friends starting to see it because he came to Miami. I mean, I heard about him prior to it, but I ain't paid too much attention to him. But since he hit Miami, a lot of people took pictures with him that I know that's on my friend page that we friends with. And I'm talking about David Cruz. I know if you have not heard or seen this whole thing where he walked from Pennsylvania to Miami. He said God told him to walk. So, I seen people taking pictures and, some people wanted him to pray with them or pray. I don't know how it was. I seen one video when the one lady was going real crazy over him. But what stood out about it, and I think, want to talk about is the negative and positive. Like, it was people on both sides. You had some people calling everybody crazy for wanting to take pictures with him, calling him just a bum. We see bums every day. What's the difference? Oh, he trying to be Jesus. God, they started reading, quoting scripture when a false prophet come and whatever. And then you had some people saying, like, he never said he was a prophet, never said that he can do anything. He doesn't take any money. He doesn't take any food. He doesn't take anything from it. So it's not like he's gaining anything from his walk. He's just saying that God told him to walk. So my question to you is, right, when do you know something is for God? You get what I'm saying? So meaning, because like in the Bible, every time you read the Bible, I see a lot of miracles going on. They did this happened, this God did this and showed this. I don't see that much in the New Day, right? Unless I'm crazy.
No. So y'all know I read the Bible every day and
read.
My bad. Whoa. I apologize. Oh, my bad, girl. Yes, you read the Bible every day. I apologize.
You read quotes every day.
You read scripture,
So,
scripture to every day. Go ahead.
One of the things that I realized that we have to be careful with this whole David Cruz story. So when you brought it up, I was really anxious to talk about it because it's two things, right? Because I think two of the things that we get confused is obviously in the Bible it says that you shouldn't idolize any other gods but the one and only true God. So people sometimes are fearful when someone shows admiration for someone who's setting a good example, right? So you want to be careful. So in David Cruz's situation, I think the way that we should look at it is this guy is walking thousands of miles with limited resources on something that he thought God told him. He thought God told him.
On faith.
So that's what I'm saying.
Faith.
I'm getting to that point. That's what I'm saying. So,
Hold on, not to cut you off. Why you say he thought?
no, but this is what I'm. So
No, to him, no. What I'm saying is no, because you said you said he thought. What I'm telling you is no, it's not. He thought he said God said to him. So it's, so God spoke to him.
Well, no,
so
but
that's the verbiage you need to use.
No, I'm gonna break that down. So this is what I'm saying. So the reason why I said he thought, and because he chose to believe the feeling and what he heard. A lot of us don't do that, and that's the point I was getting to. What I was saying was sometimes you can admire people for them being the example of what you should do, right? Something occurred within him, and he acted on it. How many times have, like for me personally, it's been times when I've seen someone on the street, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, should I give them money? Should I do something? Should I stop? Should I be nice here? Like, you know what I mean? And I don't. You know what I mean? There'll be other times when you get a feeling that you should do something and you kind of ignore it. Imagine God speaking to any one of you and saying that. Saying to, you can't even walk from here to my, like you gonna be like
we used to live at why we all this go to the store.
Yeah,
that was like a 10-minute walk.
And I'm only saying that, saying that as an example. But what I'm saying is, I just think if you want to admire him, there's nothing wrong with admiring him. I don't think people should judge and throw rocks and saying that people are idolizing him and replacing him as a god and keeping him as a prophet. No. I respect what he's doing because, one, he's walking by faith. Two, he's showing commitment.
Yeah, he looked dirty, bro. So I know he ain't take a
right. He ain't taking stuff, and he's showing commitment. I wish I had commitment to even the smaller things in my life.
And it's not only just a commitment part, of dedication, right? We can be committed to something, but how often after 1,000 miles, man, I'm done.
Right.
I'm tired.
After 1,000?
I'm sorry. After listen, I'm trying to be. Listen, after for us,
a mile, I'm dead.
Listen,
bro.
just think about it. After 10 miles, let's say 10 miles because that can be pretty decent, right?
Still a little steep, but I'll roll with you.
I'm just saying, to going up to 10 miles and you still want to push past that, just think about what that have to take in a individual. How much determination, how much stuff that you had to overcome because you know what? God said something to me, right? And we were listening to his story. This is not the first time he attempted to do this. He did it before when he ran on, I think he said he did the outskirts and made it all into California.
No, his first thing was God told him to ride his bike to California.
And the bike got stolen.
His bike got stolen while he was at the gas station. He came back. And then he walked to do a movie and record everything. And then his phones got
he left it somewhere.
No, he said his phones got messed up and he set it out in the sun to dry.
And
then he forgot it. And then he realized, like, I'm doing it. My God telling me. See, and that's another thing too. We have I know you made this comment like a couple of podcast episodes ago where you make a comment where when we talk about God and listen to God or discuss God, we discuss it from our understanding. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if we do hear that voice, we like, yeah, God told us to jump over that broom, but we like, yeah, he said that, but if I do this, I can do that, I can do that. You get what I'm saying? Like, we modify it to our understanding, not so much what he's asking us to do. And I think what he was saying, too, like, a bike, yeah, I can ride on a bike. You know, it's easy to, ride a bike rather than walk. So I think he figured God just wanted him to go across the country. It didn't matter how he got there. He just wanted him to go when God really wanted him to walk. You know what I'm saying? And as well, he wanted to, because we're in a social media age where we post up videos and doing that. So he was like, yeah, God want me to do this. It's going to look so good if I do that. And he took that away as well, to whereas now when he's walking, he's not taking anything from anyone. He's not he can't tell you what's going on in the world because he's not linked into social media or doing anything like that. So I think that's something too when we are being spoken to why don't be successful or why we have a hard time accomplishing those goals, because we do it our way rather than the way that it was told to us.
But how you know which way God supposed to tell you? He didn't know.
No, he did know, because God, when he did it his way, God took it away. You see what I'm saying? Like the failure, again, because if something's not clear to you, you're going to do it the way you know best what fit you. And what God does is say, okay, he understands you don't know what he wants or he doesn't understand. So what he gives, so rather than the man ride the bike way to California and not know, that's not what I want you to do, he took it away.
But here's my point, right? And this is why I think we can't overlook what he's doing. One, I think talking to him and understanding what he mean by God spoke to me, because I heard him in an interview talk about dreams. And I have a lot of weird dreams.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I had a dream too the other night. I got trapped in the school. Like I was in school, but I was still an adult, and then I had to go to work, and I still was in school. It was weird, but okay, I don't know what that means.
You see what I'm saying? Like, imagine trying to interpret that dream. And what he did is one of the reasons why he stopped one of his journey, because he said he'd been on 3. The second one he stopped because he was supposed to go to Florida. He stopped because of a dream he had. Imagine, if I make decisions based on my dreams, it'll be a weird time. So my question to you is, you said that God took that away from him. How are we as a people supposed to have discernment to figure out what God wants if it's spoken to us like that? Like,
it is.
Prime example. I've been tussling in the back of my mind. Should I still be coaching? Right? And week in and week out. Week in and week out. I'm
looked at it as well as the coaching piece. Let's just go to the coaching piece and said, we all determined in many years ago, hey, we wanted to stop coaching because at one point it was getting interfered with a lot of things. When we went into it this year, I'm going to speak for myself. We went into this year, I wavered a lot on why should I do it and why shouldn't I not do it. I just weighed the pros and cons. Kept coming to me, you should do it, you should do it, you should do it. Was it God who kept speaking to me? Maybe it was, right? Mm-hmm. I definitely know it was not Gina. But was it keep going and going and going? So, and I took it where I was like, you know what? This is something that you probably wanted me to do, but it's not going to be easy. In our minds, when I first started and we would start coaching, that first day we pulled up, it was about 8 kids. Not one time did I say, I'm going to quit because of these 8 kids. When the season was getting closer, we still wasn't getting kids. Hey, coach, what you going to do? I'm going to still come. I'm going to do this. I decided to do this, and I'm going. My mentality didn't change. When it started changing, when we start getting pieces, I guess you want to call it, that was going to say, hey, we're supposed to take us over the top. My vision this season was not to say I'm going to the Super Bowl. Mine was just to get these kids better than they was before.
And compete.
That's all I wanted, for us to compete in every match, every game, and go over the par. What's going on now make you second. Make you do second doubts, because now it's taken away from me what I'm trying to pour into the kids. And that's the part you start thinking, if it's taking too much from me and I can't pour too much in the kids, is this something I really wanted to do? Now, going to another thing, when you hear other preachers' stories, some people's stories, when do they find God? It's when they're going through turmoil, right? God was trying to tell them something before, then all of a sudden they found God when they was in jail, when they was locked up, when they got fired, with the adversary part. And that's when their faith had to start jumping in, because now God is telling you, sit down and wait. I got something to tell you. I've been trying to tell you before, but you kept brushing me off. Oh, I'll come back to you. Oh, let me concentrate on this. So he had to say, you know what? I'm going to give you something now. So the only thing you're going to do, revert back to me and start asking me. And now think about it. Think about the conversations you're starting to have with God now, because hey man, is this really what I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Do I really want to continue? Because why? Did you really have this conversation with God in the beginning before we started?
No, I had it with Owen Tavares.
No. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Think about what you said. I know we are your spiritual brothers, your brothers, and all this other stuff. But once again, it's like, how much conversation did you have with God prior to doing this?
I didn't have. I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't pray about it or anything like that. It was just something that Tavares and O called me one day, and it's like, we need you. And the thing that really pulled me is when O said, my son, he needs a coach. Ain't nobody on the team. It's only me and Tim. And I remember I felt bad. Y'all 8U year when it was just you and Tavares, and it was just 8 of y'all. And I remember I used to be home chilling, and I used to call y'all. He's like, yeah, man, we trying to find kids to win. Like, that thought crept in my mind again.
Shit, we was trying to find kids to win. We were trying to find kids
to play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
that mind, it crept in. And I remember, and I was like, dang, they're gonna be at Carol City. They're gonna attack them. I really did it. To be honest with you, I don't have a yearning to coach. I just did it to be happy. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess what the base of my question is, how and when do you know you're making the right decision? Is it based off of your reason for the decision or the outcome?
And that's what a lot of people as well, because even for him, think about what David Cruz did. The first time he did it, he was going to do it, but he was going to do it his way, right? Because he felt like, I'm going to accomplish something. I did what you said, Lord, but I didn't follow all the things you did. For me, I had to sit back and say, okay, Lord, I still had to earn in the coach, because that 8U year left me like, man, I know I could have had one, but if we just had more people. All the players.
And ain't it funny that this right now is the same age group that y'all would have been coaching had y'all continued?
If you'd have kept on coaching. This is crazy. And for me, it's like, when the parent, like, crazy enough, 2 of the kids from the 8U team is actually on this 11U. And the mom, the mom remembers Kamari and O.
Oh, okay.
They're both of them. So the mom remembers from back then. And when she saw that I was on the coaching staff, oh man, excited. And that brought me inside. Like, okay, even though that was probably the second worst year of my life coaching, people was not. Let me see. They still believed in our skills. They still know that we was gonna show up for the kids, and it was just me and Tavares and MJ every now and then. And Tavares couldn't do as much because he was the head coach, and he had to do all that paperwork that head coaches does. So it's many times, and when I was in practice, I'm like this, and that was going through my mind this year.
So see, but then because the reason why I say that, my question is, or how we process how life takes us and how we go through adversity. Think about it. We left that year. We left because we didn't have players, and then we remember they were trying to get us to come back to coach the following year. But we were like, man, that's just not the type of vibe that we on to be going through that. And then
plus the park ended up closing.
So that's what I'm saying. The park closed down. So you say that, but now it get us here. So like we were supposed to. If we was at that old park, we would have never came to the park we at now. We never would have been part of that. So now I think that because we was locked in over there. We've been, coaching in that area for about 10 years, or majority of our, we did have a year we came to the flow, and then we bounced back. But so now, so what I'm just saying is that we had, because we was not willing to make that change and move, God said I have to close that situation down and get y'all, again, I don't want to say we was responsible for a whole park closing down, or God cared that much about us that he wanted to shut a whole park down and displace so many kids. But I think, too, that journey of going through that situation and stepping away from coaching, because for me, like I only have 2 reasons why I coach, right? Because I do enjoy the competitiveness of trying to outthink or work another person. It'll still kind of give you that thing, that competitiveness to compete. Now that you're not an athlete no more doing anything, that's why I love CrossFit so much, because we really used to compete every day and so forth. And the second part is actually spending time with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think the conversation where we used to call each other every day, hey man, let's do this, watching film, like we have film, we breaking out, oh, you seen this person ain't do that. Just that part of it, the bond that we was building, and then O was a part of that too, because we consider him as a brother as well. that we had that bond where we would discuss football. We wasn't, we had arguments. Me and O would have an argument here and there, act like we gonna fight each other and then keep it pushing. But it was always still a respect, an understanding, a love. We talked to each other. We, the parents was cool with us. They did stuff for us. We were very, cool with the kids and talking, just having that bond and having that relationship, having that impact to where like a lot of our kids now that we see some in the Navy, some went, some are playing college football, or the parents be like, hey man, like that part of it, I think of football, coaching football is what I like. You know what I'm saying? Not so much the win-loss situation, the people, because, you get caught up in that. You really can't, if you're going to win, you're going to win. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, when we lost that last week, that was a fluke play, bro. We should have won that game, right? So I think for me, and just to answer your question, for that, when God speak to you, right? I think understanding that, is it God because it's right for you? Because He might want you. He might want to let you go do something that's not going to be good for you, so you can experience it. You get what I'm saying? So like, He probably wanted you to come coach so you can experience the emotion and feeling. Because it could be that you came back, you stopped and you came back. So now this situation might be like He trying to tell you, look, this is what you're gonna have to deal with. Stay your butt on the side. You don't need to be coaching. You get what I'm saying? Or He might be telling you like, okay, yeah, it's a little adversity, but I'm gonna give it back to you. I gave it to you before.
But only think about it. Also, think about it this year for you. If you wasn't on this team, think about what the defense would be, right? Because how much concentration has been put on the offense this year, right? And the one who stayed the most consistent or concerned about the defense was you. Regardless of, I'm going to take the second string, third string, fourth string, whatever you say, no, I'm going to work on the defense, I'm going to work on these plays. Because everybody need a balance. And I think that was your main purpose of why you're here. Because think about it. I mean, I like defense, but I love offense, right? Can I coach defense? I could do something, right? But that wouldn't have been that wasn't my go-to when I came here. And think about all the people that we have on the staff right now. Who really is concerned about defense? Even when you ask the people to say, I want you to do this on defense, what they do? Revert back to offense. Because why? Offense get more of the shine, the glory, and all of this stuff. And you say, like I'm not trying to make you understand or do this. When you and I went to every practice last week, sitting on those bleachers, watching the game of football, our only thing that was going through my mind was, man, we can be out here and helping. And we talked about it. When we saw that team struggling to get players last year, struggling to win, at one point we're like, man, we should go down there and help because we got the expertise, we got this part. And that passion is still there for us, because if it wasn't, last year we would have been like, I'm good. If that passion was not still there for us and God didn't believe that, this opportunity wouldn't have rose up this year. That's how I always look at it.
So let me ask you a question. Do y'all think, have you ever heard God speak to y'all about something before?
For me, I'm probably you.
Before you jump in that, have you had the Holy Ghost before?
I'm always had the Holy Ghost. Remember Holy Ghost, like jumping up and down,
like,
and all the different feeling.
Yeah, like when they do in church and they start, we got a fan, you put something over your head.
I think for me it's that, but I don't go to that extreme. Like everybody celebrating how they is differently. Some people speak in tongues, some people jump up and run around, some people whatever. Some people get that chill, that feeling. Sometimes when I'm in church and I hear a song, like when I'm hearing music, it gets to me. Like that feeling get over, I'm like, okay, I get the little goosebumps in my, and I know. And then when you feel with the Holy Ghost, you feel, I wouldn't say happy all the time, but you understand why things are happening or why things ain't going your way or why whatever. You'd be like, you know what? I understand this is something that God has in store for me.
So that's a yes, He spoke to you before?
Now, speaking in different levels, I believe in some situations He probably have, like some things that I've been working on or been worrying about. At one point, it's something to be like, just let it go. I got it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, as far as other visions and all this other stuff, for myself, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, like, cause I don't think I've ever gotten any communication
from God.
No, not to the degree that David Cruz says he got.
Okay,
that's very specific. Walk from New York, or he said he was in Pennsylvania at the time. Walk from Pennsylvania to California although you got back, now I want you to walk from Pennsylvania to Miami. That's specific.
Yeah.
I struggle with so many decisions.
So put it this way. I'm going to ask you a question. When it came down to asking Kate, do you want to marry me? Did you know about a specific time and place to do it?
No, it just felt right.
Think about it, right? So you had a plan, you had a mind, you had to do all this other stuff to get it done. Mm-hmm. It came through.
Yeah, but God didn't tell me.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Trust me, I went against God on that one, so I just did about.
But get what I'm saying. If it wasn't that time and that purpose, we talked about you making that cake and didn't do it in time and put it back, right? Remember that episode you talked about that? Yeah. That's what you believe if God was talking to you. If it wasn't meant for you to do it at that time, something would have happened. Some blurb or whatever you had to do, because God would have said, you know what? Y'all not ready to do this at that particular time.
So that's the way God talked to you?
You think so, though?
I believe so. That's just me.
So you don't think God...
I think because we have choice, God let us go
So
down
I don't want to misconstrue this. I'm not saying this is a bad choice. I'm just saying, if you made a bad choice, you don't think God would let you live with that bad choice?
Not necessarily. Not live with it, but the consequences from it.
That's what I'm saying.
But so we're gonna go to your. Let's go to. I just go to mine. The fruits of my labor has been great. So I believe that's the best choice for me, right? And God worked it out in the way that was supposed to.
What you just said was in the Bible.
What?
The fruits of my labor has been great. Was for me, or you talk about yourself?
Talk about myself.
Oh, I just want to know.
You done missed the Bible reader. You say you read every day.
Did you read the Bible every day?
Yeah, I just didn't see that one.
Oh, yeah, but what I'm saying, like even when I make wrong decisions, stuff happens. Like I have to live with it, but bad things happen after the repercussion, and that's the thing I have to live with, either mentally and all of that.
So
stuff.
every choice you've made, you saw the fruits of the labor of every single choice you made. There's nothing, no bad consequences have happened.
Once again,
he did say
when I do something bad and the bad consequences happen after the fact, keep on going, because that's what.
So what he's saying is when he make a bad decision and when he make a decision and there's bad consequences, he's saying the reason why the consequences are bad is because God is telling him that's not the path.
You just made the wrong choice. How do you know that's God saying that was bad? How do you know that's not just okay? That was just a little blurb. Keep on going.
For me, I'm like I can't go back to myself.
You get what I mean? Like, because to me, it sound like what I believe it is. Right? I think this is what I think. I think God blessed us already with free will, and I think you make your own choices, and stuff happens.
So you don't think God be talking to people?
I mean, he probably does, right?
So you saying God never talked to you?
I mean, not specifically. Like I ain't hear a voice, or maybe I'm not interpreting messages correctly. Maybe. But you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not joking. I'm being serious. Yeah. I say maybe I'm not, but what I'm saying is, I think God. But this is my belief. I think God blessed us with free will. I think that's the blessing of this life. Like everybody understand what's our purpose is free will for you to experience everything. So like the reason why we enjoy happiness, the reason why we enjoy love, because there's a direct opposite of those things. And God wants us to experience all that so that we can experience all the good things that come with love, happiness, and everything like that. So I think it's almost like he creates this playground and he like, my children go play type of thing. Or, you know what I mean? It would have been like how it was for Adam and Eve, right? Where it was all these rules, don't put on clothes.
What was the rule? The only rule that he established. There was the only rule that he established in Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Let me say that.
And he told him don't put on no clothes.
He did not tell him that. All he said.
So why he got mad when they knew they was naked?
Because they opened their eyes. They opened their eyes to what it was. Whatever. He didn't. All he said was, "Do not eat of that fruit of life. Don't test that.
Fruit, yeah.
Don't test that. That's all I'm telling you not to do."
But you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Tell me what you say.
But wait. But wouldn't you want to know everything?
Why?
You mean why? Wouldn't you want to? So okay, let me ask you a question. What would you rather? Would you rather your steps totally be ordered, or you able to make your own free will choices?
If you saying which I think our life is laid out regardless of our choices.
I think so.
But you saying would I prefer a life where I know where everything's gonna happen, or
No.
surprise?
That's what you said.
No.
That's what that is.
No, you don't necessarily know what's going to happen. Somebody else does.
Who's God?
Who's making all the? Would you rather somebody make all the choices for you, or would you want to make the choices yourself?
I mean, but if it's God making the choices, I'm fine with him making the choices for me.
I'm definitely fine with him making the choices for me.
So
I think he could do a better job.
So
than me.
if y'all, right now, if y'all go to sleep and y'all have some weird dream or some weird premonition, whereas they tell you quit your job, I want you to walk to New York. That's what you're doing. What would you say? Okay,
but once again,
but I'm gonna hit you. See what I'm gonna hit you with though? God know I ain't got that strength. God did like this. God will be like this. Cause they say, make sure I'm quoting right. He'll give you more than you can bear.
He's not gonna give you more.
He's not giving you more than you can bear. As soon as he'll look at me, he'll look at me. So that guy can't do it.
So what is your? So obviously, us as Christians gotta have some type of example of faith, right? David Cruz's example of faith is him walking from New York to Miami. He's probably, whether or not it's good or bad, but it's bringing light to faith, right? People are starting to talk about God again.
The conversation is coming up.
Right. That's what's dominating social media instead of what has been dominating social media, all the Will Smith stuff and whatever. Now it's about God again.
Are we still talking about Will Smith though?
No, we don't talk about
Not
Will
as
Smith.
much.
But other things going on.
But I'm saying, like, right, you know what I mean? He like probably inspired people to, even a lady who went crazy. You never know what she was going through. Everybody assumed that she got mental issues, but everybody got something, like you mentioned. Everybody worship different. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, what is you guys' example of faith? Timmy, I already know you go to church every Sunday, whatever. But
but listen.
What is your example?
You know what? I'm gonna like what you said. He is an example of what faith would look like. Going back to, you know how you say you read the Bible every day. Yes, sir. There's a lot of examples in the Bible where people show faith. So we use that example to say, okay, that's what it is. But in the book of Hebrews, it talks about what faith is, or describes exactly what faith is.
What is it?
Right? Hebrews 11:1. I can remember it right now. I can throw it over. I'm gonna get into my head. Pull it up. Hebrews 11:1. Where it say, now faith is the substance of things hoped for in the absence of things that are not seen. Okay. Right? Along those lines. I'm probably misinterpreting a little bit, but you can pull it up for me.
You found with us. We take it.
No. I want to make sure when you're reading scripture, you want to make sure it says right. You can pull it up for me. I probably put some stuff out of it. I basically say what. So what I'm saying is, when you read the book of Hebrews, it starts talking about those people in the past, how Moses had faith that he walked across the sea, took the people from Egypt, and all this other stuff. Right? Noah had faith to build a big ark in a land that didn't even know what rain was. Right? No, but I'm saying, listen.
You was told that.
Listen.
I'm not building the ark.
Listen.
I already know.
But listen to what I'm saying. But when you start reading through the Bible, it starts telling you that the same thing. Well, who would have thought that a woman would have a baby at 99 years old? Right? So these are the things.
Who that lady was again?
Sarah. So when you start,
especially when people back in those times was down when they was 30.
where you get your information from? Where you get your information from?
As the life expectancy of humans.
So that where do you see this at? Reading something?
Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah, look it up. And as I'm finished, you can tell me exactly what. Did you find out what Hebrews 11 and chapter 1 said?
Yes,
tell me what it says.
Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. King James Version says, now that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Exactly. So I said it right.
Yeah,
I said it right. So I want to make sure I don't misspoke. So that's what I'm saying. When you see that say now it's telling you how to describe what faith is. So what faith I have that shows faith in what I'm doing, I'm just going to live on what past people are doing and then some of the stuff that God has brought me through already.
I think, Terrell, what you're describing and with Timmy, is you have to do routines and behaviors to strengthen your faith. So going to church every Sunday, reading the Bible every day is the routine that help you build your faith. It's not the faith itself, because like you said, what would you do if God told you to quit your job and walk? right? You got a whole family you got to help take care of. Like, are you willing to? Do you have much faith in what God plan has for you that you will do that? Because oftentimes, with faith or with things, we kind of do things that's comfortable for us. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to religion, right? You will have a lot of people have a certain way they look at religion because it's not comfortable for them, because it requires a lot of discipline, right? Whenever I see somebody faithful, what's that? The life expectancy?
This is ancient times. What is ancient times? What do you mean by ancient times?
I'm pretty sure it's before. So if it was 30 in ancient time, it had to be less.
Look at this. All right. How long did people live in biblical times?
Oh, based on
what?
the Bible. Look what it's telling you.
Yeah, on the biblical times.
But look what the age.
Yeah.
Hold on, what the age is?
It was right there. So I don't understand. Y'all got problems.
They say people live till they 900?
Yeah, dog. Methuselah was supposed to be the oldest one. Yeah, that's right, 969.
Hold on.
See, that's where the faith comes in. Y'all don't believe the Bible.
I'm not serious.
Y'all go to hell. Y'all don't believe the Bible. That's the part that comes in. I'm telling you.
Hello. I was trying to. No, but oh god.
So that's it. That just goes to show you how much y'all. It's right there. You say you read the Bible, dog.
I knew it said 900 and whatever, but that's my whole thing. Ooh, back. But that's my whole thing.
You thought it was just one or two people.
Yeah, but like a lot of people live to be 900 when obviously I don't know if because maybe the reason why there's differences because maybe after biblical times
They started to put preservatives.
no man like there was more population, more people started traveling. You have people from this land coming from this land and you introducing new disease. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what happened. Maybe it was just a pure you and your silo. You probably could live that long because all you would do was eat from the earth. There was no microwaves. There was no whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't know. I ain't questioning that. That's what the Bible says. Some people think that the calendar was different. You know, maybe around our time we got the calendars, whatever the case may be. It's not really a big deal. But my point to that, and my point to this whole thing is how do you know when God is talking to you, and do you think you responding to everything God has called you for?
And that's the thing. And just like
so, have you for instance, right? Maybe my guilt is to help, right? But maybe football isn't the right place to put my help. You get what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because when
You can be joining big brother, big sisters.
you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I need to do like a Phi Beta program or something. You know what I mean? Like, and help or whatever the case may be. But I also need to. We had a podcast about this work-life balance. I know TJ needs my help with homework and stuff. Like, even me coaching right now takes away from me investing more time into Tyler and helping TJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big sacrifice for me to be out there for 2 hours, for literally 10 hours out of my time when, you know what I'm saying, you don't get a lot of time throughout the day. And then on Saturdays, call time is 12, game will start at 2:30 or over to 3, 4 o'clock. That's a big chunk out of your Saturday every single week. For a job that you're not getting paid for, I don't have a relation to any kid on the park, on the team at all. Like, not even, I mean, I guess O.O. can be considered a nephew because that's the only reason why I'm there. But other than that, no relation. You know what I'm saying? So maybe my time is being misplaced. That's my one struggle. Or God is telling me, I want you here. Stop looking for your own satisfaction. Stay here. If I didn't want you here, you wouldn't have been here. So stop looking for wins. Stop looking for somebody to praise you.
No, I don't think it's for for you. And just I only speak for me. Let me put it this way: when it comes to our particular team, when we first jumped on, I know we didn't believe we was going to be the top tier team. Not one time when we first started.
Yeah, we only had 6 6 kids.
We only had 8 kids or whatever. But I think when we got together, just like our days in the past of coaching, we thought it was going to be more like a family atmosphere. Parents, coaches, players, right? So when it's not that way like it used to be in the past, now it would make you second guess on, should I continue doing this thing? Just like remember when David Cruz said the first time he took his route or whatever he was going to do,
His journey.
he thought he should have did this and that, and he stopped and somebody stole his bike. Now he's like, you know what, I'm done taking this negative thing, whatever, I'm taking it back. But God never told him to stop taking this journey. He had to continue doing it. So every time he tried to do it on his own and the negativity came up, he said, you know what, man, I'm done. I'm going to start all over. But his mission was not completed. So God said, I'm going to keep this weighing. Now, have you had a time when you weighing something on you to go do something, every time you keep putting it off? Like, nah, I do it again, but I keep weighing on you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to do, but now that's for me. I feel that's when God's speaking. Like, I need you to get this done,
Okay.
right? I need you to get this done. Why are you not listening to me?
Procrastinating.
Right? And then you start feeling like, I can't sleep at night no more. I can't do this no more. I can't do God. Okay, all right, God, I got you. I'm gonna take care of this. Just like when we was talking earlier, how I was comparing his story similar to Jonah. When God asked Jonah, hey, I want you to go talk to the people of Nineveh and tell them what they're doing is not right, or whatever the case may be. Nineveh's like, nah, I'm good. I mean, Jonah, I'm saying, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna do my own thing, God. Went away, end up in the belly of the fish. God spit him out. Okay, Lord, I hear what you're telling me. I'm gonna go do this thing. And that's what I think for us. Now that atmosphere is not as strong as we want it to be, or family atmosphere. And it's like, now we're like, should I continue doing this crap, man, or whatnot? Because not only us, feel the same way. Because it's not what we wanted in this. And that's the same thing for him. When David Cruz did it, the second time he went on his jersey, he wanted to go in and to be like, man, this will be the best film I can ever put together. Me walking through the world, right, the United States, and filming this, the mountains. Just to, not only I'm going to show you my path, I'm going to show you how great God is because of the surrounding around it. But God said, that's not what I want you to do. I want you to just go and be that example of faith that everybody's looking for. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes we got to look at it in both ways. And I know it's a struggle with you, probably struggle with Kate, can struggle with Tyler, because at the same token, it's like it's a lot of time taken away from people, or what we're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. But in reality, it goes back to saying, so why are we really here? Mm-hmm. Right? I know people always say, hey, you're supposed to take care of home before you take care of all this other stuff. They can be throwing that out you and all this other stuff. And again, we are based off love. So how can I can love everybody. It's just that going back to that episode we talked about, what is that work balance life, and how we can do that to make sure that everybody feel that they are important to us, and at the same time we don't feel like we're giving out. We're like they're taking away more than we're giving out.
Anything to add, Sir Tavares?
I was kind of letting you finish about seeing your faith walk with football. But I think I think that's the hard part about religion is the faith, right? Because if you would do something if you knew you was getting a reward, right? So you knew if I going to work every day, you don't like it, but you'll do it because you know it's a reward, a paycheck or whatnot. So I think the hard part about it is the faith. I did all this and I'm not sure what I'm going to get. So now with you with football, you're saying, okay, you're going through all this turmoil with, it not feeling family-like environment like you would thought it would, and that's not what you're here for. You here just to coach the kids and enjoy your time because, no matter if you volunteer, you still want to enjoy your time. You know what I'm saying? So I think for you, you have to look at it in the aspect of what's your expectation. If your expectation is, okay, I need to get the Super Bowl. If your expectation is, I need all of us to kumbaya in a circle and have fun. You get what I'm saying? I think you need more focus on what your expectation is, and that will help determine what you need to do as far as with coaching. You get what I'm saying? So I think you need to reevaluate that because I don't think it's God. I don't think it's God either way trying to tell you yes or no to do something. I just think that God giving you the opportunity because, like you said, we have choice. 'Cause like all animals have certain behaviors they do no matter what. We know how a deer act, a dog act, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? The difference with humans, we have the opportunity to have that choice. All humans are not the same. Everybody look different, think differently, and behave differently. So I think for you, what you need to do is just kind of one.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead and this time you add the prayer to it, and then just think about your expectation.
Yeah, but and I thank y'all both for y'all advice. My question to you two again. I know we're 42 minutes in as we wrap up. Tim, you summed up faith. I like what you said about faith just now. Jesus not knowing the end. So, what do you think? What is the lesson learned from David Cruz?
For me, I'm gonna tell you right now. When I first heard about his story, I'm like, okay, whatever. But like Dean said in the beginning, it's bringing God back into the conversation. It talks about religion. Every now and now, when you look around the world, we're trying to shut religion out because, it's taboo. Let's not talk about God. Let's talk about politics. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about food. Let's talk about anything else but God. And I think by him doing that, that's something to show that there are still people out there who's following listening what God is telling them to do. And they're saying, all right, Lord, I'm going to give you my all, and I believe and I know that you have something in store for me after this. So I think it's a good thing. And I think we should look at it as that and not saying that he is the second coming or he's doing it because of Jesus. He's not. Because remember, when Moses did it, he didn't say I was doing it for because I want you to call me God. Noah didn't do that. Abraham didn't do that. I could go down the list of people that use that example in the Bible, but they didn't say I'm God. They just saying is I'm using what I'm doing to show you how good my God is, right? And I think by mentioning that or just seeing that and people going out to him and talking to him and praying for him, I believe it's a good thing because now we're bringing our attention back to what we need. There's so much crazy stuff going on in the world. People dying, shooting, all this other stuff. We need something to say. We need some more positivity, and I think he's bringing some positivity back into the world.
Hey, I think gay people should go to hell.
I don't. To be honest, to be honest with you, I think when it comes to and people gonna get mad at me. I think when you read the Bible and you get stories and stuff from the Bible, it's spiritual, what God does says, and then it's mixed in with human thoughts, right? Because back then, like anything, you don't want to produce something if you want an agenda. So I think for the Bible, I think the part of the gayness, I think that was kind of the human element of it because I think for God, he focused on loving everyone, caring for everyone. I don't think that your sexual preference and orientation has an impact on you.
God seems pretty in the Bible. It seemed pretty stern about.
I get what you're saying. Like I said, I don't know. Again, I can't tell you where you're going, but I'm just saying, from my opinion, if I had to look, if I'm from what I heard and read and learned, hold on, from what I heard and read from Jesus and God, everything I read showed compassion. So, do you think if you up there and you a good person, you doing right, and you pull up to the gate, I don't see God or Jesus being stern. They would show you compassion. They'd be like, yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You did everything you supposed to get in heaven, but you like a certain, the same sex. I don't think because of the compassion, they'd be like, all right, man, come on in. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it could be that they made a rule or he didn't want that because, again, same sex, it affects the population. He wants you to multiply and be fruitful. So it does have that, contradiction yourself if he's saying he don't care. But I think if you pull up to the gate, you did everything you're supposed to, and he's like, man, I'm gonna show you compassion. Yes, come on and walk in.
I only set y'all up so we can have a whole dynamic conversation about that on the next podcast because there's two sides of the coin, right? Are they pushing gayness or is Christians trying to eliminate it in totality? What's the struggle?
I got you. So
You think that's a story?
just to kind of everybody says agenda. All right. So again, I want to just to close out, we'll wrap it up. I think for you, because you asked me about what I think of the David Cruz. I'm impressed with him. Just on even if whatever he is, it's the discipline, right? I admire people that have discipline.
Yep.
Now, and I'm gonna say to myself, I don't have any.
Me either.
Like I'm like if you go into
Especially when it comes to
job
food.
interview, you go to a job interview and you go to somebody asking what's your weakness, my discipline. Like it like I know.
Don't
I'm
tell
supposed
them
to.
that, but thank you for telling us that.
No, I'm not gonna tell them. I'm gonna lie to them, tell them I'm hard working, whatever.
Don't say that either.
No, I'm not going into you by interviews, bro. I'm just saying.
So
I'm not,
what
what I'm just saying is I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying those that word. What I'm saying, my comment about myself gonna be positive. I'm not gonna tell
How would
anybody.
you answer that? What would you say your weakness is?
You never say so when someone says a weakness, you always first rephrase the question and says, well, I don't think I necessarily have any weaknesses, but there are aspects of my career that I really want to continue to focus on because I know how important it is.
It's an improvement. That's what you're working on.
Don't say improvement.
So don't
always say there's aspects of my career that I always focus on because I know how important it is to what I do. So I always monitor.
Who told you that?
I've taken interviewing classes, so you always flip that question. So the common answers interviewers look out for is what you said. Oh, I work too hard, I don't get things done. Now they know you lying. Really? You work too hard?
No, I ain't say I work too hard. I said I'm a hard worker. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like people know the fluff answers, right? So that's why now when people do interviews, they do behavioral style interviews where you have to give specific examples so they can catch you in your lies. So if your examples don't match up to that very general answer, you out of it.
Yeah, he the boss at that place.
Yeah, I forgot over there. So I don't know. So you do interviews at your job?
All the time.
You interview?
Yes. I interview.
Don't you interview too though?
No, I interview all the time. That's what I'm saying. I have 3 parts I'm looking for. I'm looking for behavioral, technical, and some other things I'm looking for to see if you know anything that we're about to jump on.
And to me, the technical part, because I know our job is kind of unique in the knowledge you have to have. You just have to show me the ability to learn. So now you need to give me examples of how you learned and why was it so difficult to you and how you overcame it. So if you give me if I know you can learn and your answers seem humble, whatever, I may hire you. I've hired people who didn't have any type of health industry background.
Oh, that's what you do, health industry.
Yeah, but there was a waiter, but they answered all the right questions. Oh, this system was hard, and I had to do this, and oh, yeah, come on, we can teach you. That's it. You just gotta be a willing learner.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, not to cut me off. Y'all boss is talking. I'm a regular guy. I'm the worker, so I don't do all
I
that.
don't know what no boss, but okay.
But again, I want to I think as far as when it comes to just the discipline, I admire that from him. And again, I think we got to be a little more accepting, right? Because we if something is different from us, or we feel like it's like how y'all say consequences, no mistake, we don't care, throw them in the trash, whatever that theory. I feel like we just having that,
let that go.
just having the acceptance, just having the acceptance and letting people be who they are. If someone want to go celebrate with the man and pray with the man, let them. If someone if someone, I don't agree with you, you don't have to be negative towards. You don't agree with them, just keep it pushing. Why do you feel like your negative comment have to be expressed?
No, I get it too. And I also think if people want to joke about it, let them joke about it. Because I seen people get mad because somebody put them on a club flyer.
I think I agree. When you making a joke, you're making a joke. I think if the joke is about him and not the people that celebrate, same thing with religion. If the joke is about the religion and not the people that looks to religion for strength, I think that's the difference. That's the fine line between it. So like we been trying to wrap up for the past 10 minutes. I just want to thank everybody for locking in.
The crazy part is
I'm saying
the crazy part is that this is how we talk all the time. Like we want to get stuff, not just on the podcast. It's just certain things that pop up in your mind, and I think that's what these podcasts is for, just to have those great conversational piece. And because what we about to say, and I'm probably not going to remember to say it again, because when we look at some of the podcasts, I didn't know I said that.
Nah, even sometimes too, I should have said that.
And you know what? This is the ultimate test of faith. because our last thing got 26 views. God knows what this is gonna get. and we show up every night. It's nighttime again. Even though it's on a Sunday, we recording this on September 11th. God bless America. I don't know the appropriate words.
I don't know.
We just want to give honor to those who lost their life. During that time.
Yeah.
Or family members.
During that time. And like I said, I still remember that date when it happened. I was on my way to going to FIU college, about to take some classes. I'm listening to Power 96, and I hear them telling me, hey, a plane just crashed into the building. I was like, okay, that's strange. And as I'm riding around again, another plane crashed. I was like, what? 2 planes? And I remember getting on there, and then I had to go to work later when I used to work at the airport. So I had to go to the airport that same day, and it's like, should I be going to the airport? Because it sounded like, but I had to go to work. But I just want to give our condolences for those people, because there's a lot of people still struggling with that now who lost family members and everything. So
I remember where I was, too. I was in 9th grade. I was going from first period to my third period because we had block scheduling. I was going from first period to third period. When we got in third period, my teacher said, guys, just to let y'all know we're about to go to war. No, everybody walked in. No, I'm sorry. I was going to third period. Everybody was getting in class, settling in. My teacher ran the door. Oh, my God, did you guys hear what happened? Oh, my God. I was like, yeah, man, Uncle Al died. That's crazy.
Oh, he did die. Yeah, he did.
Because Uncle Al had died the previous day.
Yeah, like, September 10th. I do remember. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, it's crazy, man. And then she's like, no, there's something much more serious than that going on. I was like, what are you talking about? And she turned on the TV that was in the classroom. I remember the whole class was like this.
Yeah.
What?
My thought was different. I remember coming from work. I can remember I worked that night shift when I was doing security. I used to work that 11 to 7 or whatever, and I was after the 11, I was out sliding, and then I got up. So so I got home late. After work, you know what I'm saying? So then I got home late, and I remember I don't know who called me. They were like, "Hey, turn on the TV," and then I turned on the TV and seen the planes in the building. I was like, okay, and I cut the TV off and went back to sleep. And then I had to go to work later that day, and then that's when you watching the news and you see how serious it was. Okay,
that's crazy.
But our condolences to.
All right, so I want to thank Trent, switch over. But I want to thank everybody for listening, supporting all the ones that keep rocking with us. I thank you, and again, this your boy Dean.
How many subscribers do we have?
I don't know. We got 81.
We got 81.
I just want to shout that out. Thank y'all. We almost at 100.
Yeah, we trying to
pushing.
Try to get to
100, man.
Before the year out, right? We'll say year out before.
Get somebody, man, and just tell them just subscribe, man.
Please, come on.
We trying to get to 100.
Forward to somebody and tell them to subscribe. That's all we want. We got 81 subscribers. We get 3 likes. Come on now. I know something we say uplifts y'all. Come on.
All right. So this your boy Dean.
Tim.
Teran.
Another episode of Dean's Office. Yo.